up, family? And doing a little something different this morning here. In the Jeep, so I gotta be careful first of all. It's a little noisy, a lot of distraction, right? Which actually fits the topic matter perfect this morning. So, been listening to a message, Steve Sampson calling "Pressing Through the Crowd." And it's interesting because that's the kind of world we live in right now. Obviously, I'm sure you can hear me, but there's a lot going on around me right now. And I'm driving at 5 speed. It's very windy. It's cold out. There's cars flying around me. I'm stopping, so I'm going to switch hands because I got to shift. We got to shift gears, right? Gosh, we can use that as a life application just in general. No, but what I want to talk about today, just shortly, is pressing through the crowd. That is such a good phrase there. Pressing through the crowd. We got to press through the crowd sometimes in life. I know, not to sound cliche, but in order to get where we want to go in life, we got to work hard, right? We got to persevere. We got to overcome obstacles, and but not only that, but through our relationship with God, we got to press through the crowd because there's a lot of distraction around us. There's a lot of things going on in life, even more so than it was 10 years ago. Man, I can remember just being a kid. I go outside, ride my bicycle. We had video consoles back then, so I had PlayStation and stuff, but it wasn't a big gamer, but still had to be intentional about, wanting to have that quality time with the Lord even then. But I was shifting gears here. Say I shift hands. I wasn't that kid that sat inside all day long. I was the kid that liked to go outside, ride my dirt bike, which was nice. That was a blessing. But my bicycle, man, it'd be 20 degrees outside, and I'd be making snow ramps for my bike to jump on. And the kids don't do it. And this isn't a knock against kids. That's not my point. My point is, being distracted. Being focused on what's the bigger picture. What are we doing here with our life? But even more so, we got to press through the crowd in our relationship with God because there's so many things. Signage. I mean, you go down the highway, there's sign after sign after sign. There's emails coming on. Nowadays with your phones, I mean, my goodness, you walk in a parking lot and every store there on the block will send you an email of what's going on, the latest and the greatest. Coupons, Amazon, Walmart, Meijer, all of them, Starbucks, they're all fighting for your attention. Everything in life is fighting for your attention. And we don't want to demonize everything because some of these things are good, but they're not good if they've got your attention. Because I love to quote people, but Pastor Wayne Freed ain't quoted him in a long time, especially on these little insight videos. But he said, "Whatever gets your attention gets you." That's pretty profound. Because if something has your attention, obviously it can easily steer you away from the important things in life. So we want to keep that focus. We want to keep that direct line, that access to the King, to the Father. So you got to press through. Think about the lady with the issue of blood. She pressed through the crowd to get to Jesus. Despite this, back in the day, if you think about this real shortly, when you had an issue of blood, it was kind of like you were a pretty sickly person. You weren't supposed to come out of your house unless it was a certain time of the day, and you weren't supposed to come out into the main city where everybody was. So there were certain time frames, if you were really sick, that you were allowed out of your house. And Scripture said that she paid many things many doctors to get healing, but she knew that there was healing in Jesus, so she pressed through the crowd, and she said, "If I could just touch his garment, I will be healed." And what'd she do? She got a hold of Jesus. She pressed through the crowd. She pushed through all the people that were surrounding him. My goodness, even Peter was like, Jesus said, "Who touched me?" And Peter's like, "What do you mean, who touched you? You're in a crowd, Jesus." Peter, he's so, I believe we're all Peters sometimes. Metaphorically. But Jesus is like, "No, somebody touched me. I felt virtue. I felt power. I feel healing left my body. somebody get it. He turned around and there she was. She was like, Lord, I'm sorry, because she knew, she feared that she wasn't supposed to be out in public. He said, your faith, sister, has made you whole. So today, press through the crowd. Press through the crowd in your mind. There's a lot of crowds out there. We're not talking about just malls and concerts and, and traffic, as I'm dealing with now and slowing down again. We're talking about the crowds that are in your own mind. Thoughts, distractions, all the things, busyness of life. So I just pray right now today, Lord, if you're hearing me at the sound of my voice, I pray that God would open up that direct line, okay? That you would have, like, we live in Cincinnati, we've got that fiber optics, you've got that direct strand from the cabling network downtown. I like to think about it, that God can give you a direct strand so you can just streamline right past all the noise. So I pray that you have a blessed day. Enjoy the rest of this week here. It's hump day, and I'm hitting some humps and bumps. So you guys have a great one. Talk to you soon.